so much less, making my beauty that much more riveting. I wasn't inhumane, but for lack of better words, I guess he found me unhuman. Pitied my existence and ridiculed my blood for emulating the redness of his. To him, I was not just beautiful, I was toasted skin melted on broken bones. I was indecent exposure, arrest me. To him, I was not just beautiful, I was the Pocahontas to his John Smith, a warrior, not quite a woman, but not a man either, meant for sex, but not worthy of reproduction, exotic, but not intoxicating. I was the thorn on the rose, the demise of society. To him, I was not just beautiful, I was confusion, I was mischief, I was the embodiment of poverty, disgrace, stupidity, ghettos, hunger, and ebonics. To him, I was not just beautiful, rather, I was not beautiful enough. I held one too many kinks in the hair, I refused to perm, far too many pounds in the lips I part when speaking. My curves existed and my eyes were dark. The sun didn't rip at my melanin. To him, I was not just beautiful, I was beautiful for a black girl. I was beautiful despite all the imagined I could afford for breakfast was honey and rice. I had grace despite the fact that my people came from the pits. I had humor and understood joy despite the fact that my people were raped, beaten, and enslaved for me to experience these days. I knew what it meant to read, to write, and to teach. I knew beauty for self-acceptance. See, to him, I was not just beautiful. I was beautiful for a black woman, a story untold, unheard of. To him, I was everything society said I couldn't be. He couldn't accept all that I was without painting a white woman over me. To him, I'll never be just beautiful.
You adored my caramel-kissed skin, but not my cocoa roots. Like milk added to your dark roasted coffee, I was too sweet for your tongue and too bitter for your soul. But even so, you still adored my caramel skin. On our own, we share the same air, soft brown skin girl. But for some reason, my air tastes sweeter when I'm with you. Maybe it was the way your lips moved as you mouthed the words you read from your books, or your shifting black eyes as you turned those pages. Those overworked hands from writing and typing all day, and the creases of your forehead from too much stress at school. Soft brown skin girl, how I want to know your roots, to dive deep into your soul like water on a hot summer day, to know your vices, the looks that you exchange with Wall Street tycoons and carpenters on our subway car ride, to see prepubescent boys gawk at you, soft brown skin girl, riles my demons, wanting to reach out and steal their voices, their dry, cracked voices. But you pay no mind to them, soft brown skin girl. You look, smile, and even laugh, and he should be grateful to be touched by your soul. Sadly, soft brown skin girl, our ride together has come to an end. For 20 minutes I got to bask in your glow. My heart beats fast when looking at you from a distance as I begin to exit out into the smog of New York City. Have a good day, babe. I love you were your last words to me. And I think to myself how blessed I am to be touched by your grace, my young soft brown skin girl.
You never saw me. The serpent needs to be called into question. Insect life is short. Just look at the bees. High blind mentalities adore men like my W. But bring that gaze over here, boy. What do you see? Body, boyful melanin, smoke, it's that smell again, the smell of bloods and crips and BGBs, signing treaties the way that you could never do. Only time your Hancock races the dotted line is for taking land and giving me time behind the bars I'm sharing for you today, or for you to listen. Use me, the way I'm inclined to use you with Mama says abuse. Our matriarchs are instilling trepidation and submission. They know that you're not listening. Mama says take it for its worth, but don't try to change it, because when you do, it will be your blood. Is that why Don Lemon is a journalist? Was the aromas of blood too strong for him? Look, you put me on your hedonic treadmill, money, clothes, bitches, and don't ask any questions. But this brown money continues painfully aware. Now we're feeding on what you call news, but just a questionable stare. I switched out my carrot, and you should know it smells like your blood. I'm not your whipping boy no more, your delectable Negro. My stick is much bigger than yours, it's scientifically proven. Hold on, right boy, give it time, it'll grow. Don't kill me over frenzy, phallus, envy. Sally isn't my type anyways. I see you hating, Mr. Charlie. I know you. Murderer, peanut butter, and jealous. His body counts endless. Your weapons and victims were heard and seen because of Zuckerman and the late Mr. Jobs. But why does it take hyper-surveillance to say that enough is enough? This exchange is shameless, and this choice is tough, but I find myself compromising my privacy and location settings for a hashtag shield. I bear my arms in the cloud, but will you actually yield? Still in our motives, because apparently all lives matter. Even though we know yours has always weighed more than ours. Apollo's children never matter to the bloodthirsty sons of Mars. So why are you constantly copping out? Playing off our suffering with euphemisms and covering your hate with your religion. This vampiric practice has me wondering, are you really living? Trying to shift the narrative, but we know better. We saw your hate signed with the blood of our mothers and fathers. We know that your lives are hashtag unbothered by the slaughter bars. Friday night hearing shots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I realize this is why you call us thugs. But do you realize that this is prescribed behavior? When you take away colored volition, there's only room for lives and dangers. So forgive my brothers and sisters if they had to steal pies that were never cut out for them. We don't know when we'll get to eat again. We're tired of starving while you chow down and you grin. In this country, we all sin. They pick up guns because they're limited to their children of the sun. Their narratives are written in their own blood, and the handwriting is clearly that of pale fingers. Some of us don't feel like winners, even in the Obama age. Your post-racial rhetoric is performative with only clowns giving you giddy praise. Black exceptionality is not our creative realities. A colored figurehead does not mean that we're safe in our beds. Do you see? Even in the comfort of our own homes, police sirens are constant reminders, letting us know every night that security is fallacy. Are you even paying attention? Look to me. My gaze is my weapon, but I'm only trying to teach you. I haven't had the power to abolish you yet. The systematic shit will only makes me look like your pet. But this inside job is not mission improbable. Your demise is still probable. I am not afraid. This is not a confession. I'm only trying to share to you the trials of knowledge. Look, angry black men are only responding to trigger-happy white men. Mama told me these pale men were inherently timid, waiting for the retribution they know they deserve. They know that justice will soon be served. Don't kill us and expect us to be Zen. I am not Gandhi. I'm a covert Ahaj, Malik, El-Shabazz, brazen men of color holding stakes for your head. Killing solves nothing, but defense is defense. Holy words were fought even in your Bible. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought back. Seems to me that light and dark were primed to rival. We are not new prophets. We always were. You just never saw me. Your eyesight is excused because of popular commentators called anchors of the news. So consider me your muse. Inspiring is social responsibility. The unexamined narrative is a liability. I hope you start seeing why we say we can't breathe. Asking me why am I jaded when our homes were ridden with men in blue who slaves poachers for the nuanced public slave trading system. Kanye called it new slaves. I'm considering abolishment. But am I brave? That was the first time I did that for the folks.
Paint that covers my wall. The color that smears its deadly essence on the unlikely and unwilling soul. Torturing, reopening every scar you burn to my skin, just so I won't forget you. Because you will never understand the pain that you caused. For this caved-in chest is just an empty casket, 6 feet deep, tunneling its way to the other side, but it can't because it's piled with the dirt of your perverted thoughts that quiver with the feeling of uncleanliness that beckons with a decaying body. Because you will never understand the pain that you caused. But as an etch-a-sketch, you tumbled upon the original blueprint laid out by Cupid's arrow because I've fallen in love with the shameless monster that's inside. You've triggered shots to my knee, to my back, then pinned me to the wall with my heart exposed. Exposed outside this fluid and warm home, sitting there unconcerned, waiting as each vessel begins to shut down. As shots are fired upon my exposed ruby heart in clear open air, at the end, you'll still never understand.
Being oppressed till we're depressed and stripped from our humanity, it's sad to see that progression is for those with rich horrendous views. Who choose to be cruel. When we were kids, we used to be cool. Now they say these fools can be used, bruised and abused and confused. Confused why? Because the clues of the news we see and we do what? We choose to be screwed. I grew by the feuds and disputes that accused blacks, Latinos and Jews and knew it was wrong, but I ignored it because I felt like I had nothing to lose. It's not that I was scared, but I wasn't aware of the glares I received. This is a past we all share, I believe. Consider yourselves light skins brown to the blacks, bringing blacks to the whites, right? Hate on the fact that you know that's right, but see, we're oppressed because of supremacy, which is really what we fail to see as the number one enemy. We tend to work hard till our hands become paws and we crawl with like dogs, no. More like centipedes, cause even the son of a bitch gets what he wants, what he needs, and all we do is be on our knees, and some of us for so long that our knees start to bleed. God is almighty, so why weren't we free? Back then non-whites couldn't, or should I say not allowed to learn how to read. They were born to serve those with greed, or at least that's what they thought when they cleaned. Cut, cook, served, you know what I mean. I know we all know the oppression of slavery. Oppression in any form or way is basically the same to me. Being judged and hated because of your identity has hit you. Because it definitely makes sense to me. You can tell the oppressors through indirects. They challenge our intellect, saying we're not intellectual because you're a Negro, a spick, illegal, or homosexual. say closets are for homos, but we don't know what they've gone through. So some had no strength and will and killed themselves. So how can you live with that burden on you? So you're being hated, but you're discriminating. We go against each other and wish the others were eliminated. The first ones to be oppressed until now are disintegrated. Their culture is dead, non-existent. So they're not even history. We don't take shots to change. Some want revenge and have hatred in their genes. I'm a victim of supremacy. I've suffered, now I feel. I know the feel, I know the injury. So I stand before you, this is me. I'm taking a shot and I hope you're there. If I fail, die and I'm history. I'm history.
Put this dick in your mouth, blow your brains out. Who would've knew I would've never get the stain out? Blowing trees is the way I let the pain out. Overdosed on my love with your veins now. Overdosed on the drugs, you insane now. Do the most and it's all because of fame now. I feel dirty, I'm just hoping that it rain now. Used to ride with me, now you on the train now. Cause of everything I put you through, had me thinking that your ass was so bulletproof. You do what you wanna do. I say anything to taste your pussy juice. We both know that we ain't good for each other. We was almost like pocket shirt to each other. Smoking with your brother, went to poking up your brother. Now the cops looking for me, getting leads from your mother. Everybody saying I'm a cold motherfucker, but they ain't see how you made me bleed in the summer. They ain't see me blow like 10 G's just because of. They don't know you took away our seed in your stomach. That's it. But yeah.
I'm the dark brother. They send me to the kitchen when company comes, but I laugh and eat well and grow strong. Tomorrow I'll be at the table when company comes. Nobody will dare say to me, eat in the kitchen then. Besides, they'll see how beautiful I am and be ashamed. I too am